My first real estate deal, I made $14,000. I never owned that property. I never renovated it. I never needed a single dollar to close it. And that's exactly what wholesaling is. Not a hustle, not cold calls and mailers hoping something sticks. It's a skill. And when you learn it the right way, legally and ethically, it's one of the cleanest ways to generate real money in real estate without any capital to start. If you've been sitting on the sidelines in real estate because you think you need money to get started, this video is going to change how you think about that. I'm going to show you exactly what wholesaling is, why most beginners get it wrong before they ever find their first deal, and what you actually need to do this legally and profitably from day one. Most people believe you need a down payment, good credit, and a renovation budget to make money in real estate. That assumption keeps people waiting for years until the timing is right or the money is there. The timing never feels right and the money never feels like enough. Wholesaling flips that assumption completely. You're not buying the property, you're controlling it. That one difference is where the opportunity lives for someone who's starting with nothing. Here's what we're covering today. We're going to talk about what is wholesaling and how does the money actually work. What do most beginners get wrong that kills their first deal before it even starts? And what do you actually need to get started right now? That first deal was a partially renovated house. The seller needed out. An investor I worked with wanted a rental but didn't want to spend time finding it herself. So we found it. We got it under contract, assigned the contract to the investor, and walked away with $14,000 and never owned that house for one single day. That's wholesaling, and that's exactly what I'm going to break down for you right now. Wholesaling is finding a distressed property, getting it under contract at a below market price, and then selling that contract to an investor for a fee. You never own the property. You're paid for finding the deal. Sometimes people call it bird dogging, bird dogs, or whatever, but it's the same thing. Think of yourself as a connector. The seller wants out fast. The investor wants a good deal without spending time finding it. Maybe they're just too busy to look for their own deals. And you're the person in the middle who makes both of these things happen. That $14,000 I made wasn't profit from a sale. It was a fee for solving two problems at the same time. This is why wholesaling works as a starting point when you have no capital. You're not buying anything. You're selling your ability to find opportunity and structure a deal. That's a skill anyone can develop. For any real estate investing transaction, be sure and consult an attorney that's licensed in the state wherever you're purchasing this property. Now that you know what it is, the next question is, where do you actually find these deals? And the answer is probably not where you're looking. Most beginners spend money on marketing before they understand their market, and that's backwards. Wholesaling deals come from motivated sellers, people who need to sell fast, not people who want top dollar. Distressed properties, probate situations, pre-foreclosures, absentee owners, these are your sources, and most of them are findable through public records, driving neighborhoods, or direct outreach. None of that requires money up front. Your job at this stage isn't to find properties, it's to find problems. Every motivated seller has a problem they need solved. Your contract is their solution. When you start looking for problems instead of properties, deals start showing up in places you've never thought to look. But finding the deal is only half of it. There's one more thing that kills more first deals than anything else, and it has nothing to do with the property itself. Your assignment fee only works if the numbers work for the investor buying your contract. Most beginners get excited about finding a deal and they forget to run the math from the investor's perspective. The investor needs to make money too, and that means the price you put the property under contract for, plus your assignment fee, plus their renovation costs, plus their holding costs, still have to leave them a profit. If it doesn't, they won't close and your deal falls apart and you make no money. This is why knowing your investors' buy criteria before you go looking for deals is not optional. Find out what they need first, then go find deals that fit your numbers. You're not looking for any deal. You're looking for the right deal for a specific buyer. Once you start thinking like a buyer's agent for your investor instead of a deal hunter, everything clicks. That's what separates beginners who close their first deal from beginners who find deals that never go anywhere. This is also where most new investors make one of the 7 most expensive mistakes a real estate investor can make. And most of them never see it coming because nobody told them what to watch out for. I put together a free guide called 7 Mistakes New Investors Make and How to Avoid Them. It covers this and 6 other things that quietly kill deals and cost beginners real money before they ever get started. The link is in the description below and it's completely free. Grab it before your first deal. There's one thing I didn't cover in this video that changes how fast you get your first deal. Most investors go find properties first and then try to figure out who to sell the contract to. And that's the long way around. The investors who move fast build their buyer list first and then go find exactly what their buyers are already looking for are the ones who get the deals. I've got a video that walks you through exactly how to think like an experienced investor before you ever put a property under contract. It's linked in the description below. I'll see you in the next one.